Hi guys, my name is Chris and you're watching Wrestling Today. So let's start with when Charlotte Flair debuted in WWE. The fact that she was the daughter of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, was almost the entirety of the second-generation star's character. Now that Ric Flair has debuted in AEW, the question on many people's minds is what will happen to Charlotte on the latest Busted Open Radio. Bully Ray was optimistic about her chances. "You know who this actually benefits?" Bully asked. "Charlotte Flair. Daddy's shadow's not around right now for the next few years." Bully notes that Charlotte and Ric hadn't been a side-by-side pairing in many years, but the ghost of his accomplishments has hounded the second-generation star as she makes a name for herself in the company. Flair's accomplishments and cash could be in jeopardy should WWE cut Flair's stature down to size in the wake of his departure. "The WWE's gonna go, we stood by you. We never put anyone else in a position to break your record, but now you've decided to take your talents elsewhere," Bully explained. "To a company that has created a little bit of a problem for the WWE, now maybe one of our guys needs to become the GOAT of all GOATs and the most decorated world champion of all time." Bully noted that John Cena is just one world title reign away from breaking Flair's 16 world title record and dethroning Flair as the GOAT, which could trickle down to Charlotte. If WWE decides to decentralize Flair's role in wrestling history, it would mean that Charlotte's accomplishments would be forced to stand on their own. While accusations of nepotism have been levied at the former WWE Women's Champion, Charlotte has earned the respect of many of her peers and management. WWE producer Molly Holly gushed about how great she believes Charlotte to be, and even her heated rival Bayley had to give Charlotte her flowers, saying that her match with Damage Control compatriot Sky stole the show during a recent tour of Europe. The next story is about Jade Cardell has made a big splash since signing with WWE in September, where she has been training at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, but the company is taking its time with the top prospect. When they signed her, they made it a big deal by having her make the media round to discuss her decision to leave AEW when her contract expired for WWE. She's also appeared on Raw, NXT, SmackDown, and even Fastlane for segments with the likes of Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels. However, the former AEW star has yet to make her WWE in-ring debut, something she recently addressed on social media. Cargill initially wrote on Twitter, "Wrestle when my big check clears every week, baby." She later responded to a fan who noted that she's in the wrestling business when she wrote, "No, it's the I am making money business." Next we have PW Insider reports that multiple sources in the broadcast industry have confirmed the CW network as the new home for NXT. This transition will take place in September 2024, following the expiration of WWE's current agreement with the USA Network. WWE and the CW have been deeply engaged in discussions for several weeks, and it is believed that the new deal is nearing its finalization. The reported duration of the deal is 5 years. Multiple sources in the broadcast industry have confirmed that the CW network and WWE have been in deep discussions for weeks about NXT shifting from its current basic cable home on the USA Network to a traditional broadcast television home, airing live weekly on the CW network when the brand's current media rights deal ends in September 2024. The move to the CW represents a significant increase in rights for the NXT brand, making it the most substantial in its history. This expansion of the brand explains the presence of numerous main roster wrestlers on NXT in recent months. Prominent names like Paul Heyman, Becky Lynch, Dominic Mysterio, The Undertaker, Rhea Ripley, and others have made appearances on the show. Notably, they even competed head-to-head with a special Tuesday edition of AEW Dynamite last month. The CW has been showing more interest in sports programming and has held discussions with various wrestling promotions over the past year. There could be a lot to unpack here, because it was just reported that the CW was interested in another pro wrestling brand. The NWA reportedly had a deal in place with the CW, but this arrangement was jeopardized after a controversial segment during their last pay-per-view. Now, with the WWE deal nearing completion, it's likely that the NWA and CW deal is no longer viable. It is unclear whether those issues stemming from James Mitchell's cocaine segment on NWA, ones that Billy Corgan denied, played a part in this. What's your take on NXT landing on the CW? The final story is earlier this year, many fans were left disappointed when NBC canceled Young Rock, the sitcom that saw Dwayne Johnson serving as on-screen narrator looking back on his early years in the wrestling business. In a positive update, Harvey Whippleman, who worked as an executive consultant on the show, has floated the possibility of the show returning for a 4th season on another network. In an interview with Developmentally Speaking, Wwe noted that the show's production staff is expected to work on an upcoming season after the ongoing strike. "It was a great experience to work on the show, and it's not over yet," Wwe said. "It's not on NBC anymore, but once the actors' strike resolves, stay tuned. Young Rock will be back. The story ain't over yet." Speaking on his role as a consultant, Wwe revealed he advised the writers on storylines surrounding the Memphis wrestling aspect of the show and also had several Zoom meetings with Ryan Pinkston, the actor portraying Wwe on Young Rock, to teach him his accent, behaviors, and tendencies. He also praised Chavo Guerrero, the other executive consultant on the show, for expertly training the actors on taking bumps. The young wrestlers that were portraying other people, Chavo would explain to them what to do, Wwe revealed. As for his well-documented friendship with The Rock, Wwe praised the Great One for inviting him to be a part of Young Rock and always looking out for his best interests. "Wonderful person," Wwe said of The Rock. "I've known him since he was a child. We're very close. I would literally die for him. I mean, he's made my life." What do you think about this story? Thanks guys for watching and please subscribe.